Okay, so I'm going to show you how I put this Lucid presentation together, and here's how it kind of works. I'm just going to test this so you can kind of see it. So I have these little animations that are just basically animations. That's a looping animation there, and then it pops in. Now this is kind of the first section or scene, okay? And basically these are just transition or tweens that I created. Okay. Now the next thing is here in the buttons. Okay, so when I click this, it should go back to the very beginning. Let's just watch that. And again, notice the amount of information and stuff. But this is more like a demo, but it could be an infographic as well. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look. Now when I click logistics, it goes to a different frame, okay, and I'll show you that here in just a second, and it starts another section. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing, is you're building these different sections, and I'll show you that in the timeline. Again, this is the same looping video with the arrow over and over again, and then those are just brought in with tweens. And then here is the last section. Okay, it just goes to a different frame and starts playing at that point. Okay, again, these are all just tweens here. All right, so the next thing I want to show you is the actions, and please take note of this. Okay, I'm going to open that up. Okay, so the button that's navigate 1 is that pre-flight. Okay, so that's navigate 1. This button is navigate 2. Okay, and this button is navigate 3. And you can see that they're going to and playing that frame. Okay, so these scripts are what you're going to need to use to go to different frames. Okay, so when I build this out, the first animation, this section goes to frame number, starts at frame number 1 and goes to frame number 310. Okay, so let me just show you. So we're just going to go down the line here. You kind of see I just have tweens coming in, and then when we get to 310, okay, that's still that scene, and this action is a stop action. Okay, now that stop action is what holds it there on that scene, and then when somebody clicks it, okay, let's go back to the beginning script. When somebody clicks navigation 2, when they click navigation 2, sorry, my phone's going off there, it's going to start playing frame number 311. Okay, so let me just show you that. Let's go to frame 311. Okay, again, remember, you got to have that stop in order to have it stop at a certain section. Right there, that's the stop at 310. And when I click the next button, it's going to start playing at 311. Okay, so you need a combination of button scripts, which are at the very beginning, at the very top. The best place to do this, put it at the very top. Okay, and here are the scripts. Okay, and I will copy and paste these with this video. Okay, let me just copy that. And then we need the stops where the frame before it goes to the next section. Okay, so that's going to be right about here. Okay, so that's frame 310, and when I click the button, second button, then it's going to navigate to 311 and start playing from there. Okay, so that's how that navigation is set up. Just think of your timeline as different sections and just build it out from each section in the timeline, and then make sure you put button scripts at the top in the first frame for the buttons to work the whole time, and then put a stop on the frame right before you go to the next section. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Just let me know if you have any questions. So hopefully that'll help you quite a bit.